about to chat with you. A scale is 8 notes in alphabetical order. So if you start at the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And so you'll notice that that 8th note is, the 8th letter is the same as the first letter. Okay? It's a different pitch, it's a different high or low place on the staff, but it is the same letter name. Very much like that open D that we've learned and the finger D that we've learned. Alex, yes?
Isn't that called an octave?
You are so smart. That's going to be my next slide. You have like telepathic, powers. So same works
Or
if
she
you
just
start
looked at
at
the paper.
C. Same works if you work at G. Start at G. So there we go. An octave. 2 notes that are 8 notes apart and have the same letter name. So that open D that we've learned how to play, and now the finger D we've learned how to play, those are an octave. Those are octave apart. So when we talk about the D scale, the open D is our starting note, and we play all the way up to the finger D, and then eventually we'll go backwards as well. Half steps, a new musical term for you. Half steps. If you play piano, you can see half steps on a piano very easily, like a white key to a black key. Okay, that's a half step. And what half steps are they're 2 notes that are so close together that there are not any notes in between. Okay, so if you look at your instrument, there's places where your tapes are closer together. For example, between C sharp and D.
There's a yellow and the blue like that.
Exactly. That's where there's going to be a half step in your music or on your fingerboard. Each major scale has 2 half steps in it, so we'll be able to locate 2 places in a major scale where that half step occurs. Okay, and they're between the 3rd and 4th notes and the 7th and 8th notes. So when we start playing, playing that D major scale is really a little easier to track that down, okay? Then we talked about looking at your instrument where fingers are closer together. All right. Each note that you see has 3 different forms to it. It has a natural, which is the natural form of the note. There's nothing in front of it. And most of the notes we've learned, D, E, G, A, and B, we've talked about, they don't have any sharps or flats with it. Now F sharps and C sharps, that's a sharp formula note. Okay? A sharp raises the note a half step. So an F sharp is a half step higher than an F. Okay? And eventually we'll learn how to play F and such.
It's like the black keys on piano.
Exactly. And then we also have a flat, and that lowers the note, the natural form of the note a half step.
Next we have a D major scale. When we start to play out, I'm on the G and the C string.
G and the C string. We will start G string notes next. We're going to do a little bit more work with A, and then we'll start G.
What about our E string?
And then we'll go into C string and E string. So by the end of this semester, we will have talked about tetrachords on each of your strings.
The next slide will be.
So if you look at where we are, we're about to November. We're closing in on the halfway point of our year.
The next slide will be a D major scale.
Oh, it's not November next week.
Please stay together. The next slide will be a D major scale slide.
You think?
I predict.
Whoa!
Me too.
Here we go. So yes, the D major scale. Wow, there it is. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. That's our D major scale. And if you look closely, here is that D tetrachord we talked about, and here's the A tetrachord that we've talked about. You're just putting those 2 tetrachords together. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Lane.
I have the next one called a quick quiz.
Well, we'll get there in just a moment. Okay. So let's talk about the fingerings for the cello D scale. Open 1, 3, 4. Open 1, 3, 4. Just putting those 2 tetrachords together. And then basses, we're going to throw in that shifting that we've done, moving up to C sharp and moving up to D. Okay, Jamie.
Will we ever have to play scale?
Yes. Well, we're going to play scales actually starting tomorrow with our rhythm tracks. So.
We have open 1, 4, open 1, 4, 2, 4.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because 2 is C sharp.
Yep, you got it. Weston.
Why is the open string E?
It's because It's because my little things didn't line up beautifully. The tab thing wouldn't work, and it made me mad, and I just gave up and moved on. I figured y'all were smart enough to know. He was like, he was wondering why the E was, you know, because I couldn't get the tab thing. Like if I'd been able to, I don't know, so. It made it. I tried many things, and it just made me mad, so I moved on. All right. Where is the octave?
D to D.
D2. Thank you for blurting out. Goodness gracious.
D to D.
Okay, and then how about the half steps in the D
sharp
major scale?
between F sharp and G and C sharp and D.
F sharp and
I was
G,
gonna say
C sharp
that.
and D. You guys know that. You know it. Okay, look on the back. You have two quick questions. Do those for me.
Done.
Just leave it right there. Oh my
Scale is
I did it while you were talking.
exactly. Me too.
Actually, I did it before she started talking.
Me too.
I did it after she started.
Me too.
That's what?
I followed instructions and listened. Yeah.
I did it before she talked.
I did it before she talked.
Barely purple, but like really purple.
Don't let everyone else see it. Ding dong. Don't let everyone else
Very bad.
ding dong.
Can you roll?
F sharp.
This is your best show.
I just realized that our teacher ordered the scale.
Okay. First one. A scale is how many notes in ABC order? Everybody.
Hey!
Yeah, really? 8? Yes. Yeah.
No,
All right,
12.
we are going to name the D major scale notes together. 1, 2, ready, go.
D, F sharp,
F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Yeah, it's called saying it in rhythm together. Okay, find your music theory section of your binder. Put this there, safe and sound. Do not leave it here. Miss Gerhardt doesn't want to pick it up.
Like she doesn't get period.
I pick up after my kids, so I'm not going to do that. Hey.
Bob Shine, TBS.
What? No.
TBS.
That's a TV. That's a TV.
Music.
My song.
Now you are.
My song.
No, I don't know.
It's my song.
No, it's not your song. It's my song.
I'm talking about.
Your song. It's not my song. No,
But I will call it that.
It just repeats over and over again.
Yay.
What's Kumbaya?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Instruments up. Let's go.
This song doesn't make any sense. It says my song, but I didn't write it.
It will eventually be Arca, but we're going to start with Picado.
It's like somebody else's job or is that your song?
No, it's not that one. It's yours.
I knew it. How's it go?
This one. We're going to learn right now. Okay. Focus, please. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Instruments up. Let's do a little reading and fingering.
But I don't know.
Well, that's why we're going to read and figure it together and figure it out loud. What's the first note?
A.
A. Open A is your third note. Basis, first finger A.